Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Broku, and this is the review of Black Clover episode 130. So, yeah, I actually have decided I'm going to be doing reviews of the episodes now because it makes sense to do episode reviews because they are doing filler that is canon between the 6-month time skip and the manga. So, if you guys don't know, in the manga, we had Asta basically face off against Lord Pachika, Noel versus Gaja, and then they're like, oh, let's train for 6 months. And then there's the 6-month time skip, and Asta is way stronger when he gets back. But in the manga, it's completely skipped over. Well, the anime is going to go over that and add to that in between the 6 months, and it's going to be canon because Tabata is overseeing it. So basically, we just have the mindset as long as it makes sense, as long as it isn't inconsistent with anything in the manga that's happened before or after the 6-month time skip, then it should be canon because Tabata is overseeing. And I do think it's a great idea for them to do this. That is because the manga the anime was really catching up to the manga there. So if let's say this filler is 20 episodes, then the manga will get 20 chapters even further ahead. And they could just do another filler arc whenever it's needed, or take a break. So I think it's really good that they're doing this. I really wanted this because I actually really wanted to see what happened with the 6-month time skip. So them doing a canon filler arc is very good. So yes, I'm gonna do the weekly episode reviews because now this stuff is actually more important because it hasn't happened. Well, it's happened in the manga, but it hasn't been shown, hasn't been displayed. So this is good to go over. So some of the things I'm gonna go over and just kind of review and talk about is, and this is kind of something that annoys me, is William is the perceived hero among the populace. When the captains show up in front of the populace, everybody thinks, oh cool, William, he's the one who saved us. We know why. It's because when they discarded the elven spell, William's tree covered the entire capital city. Yikes, guys. It's like setting your house on fire, and then you're the one that throws some buckets of water. It's not even all you, because remember, it was William licked an Asta combo spell that stopped it all. Now, again, it's not that terrible because William does want to be punished. He actually goes out of his way and he says, I want to be reprimanded. I want to be reprimanded for what I've done, relieve me of my captain duties, and basically put him on a suicide mission, which I said that's what should have happened anyways. But Julius does have a point that they need all they can get because of what's going to be happening in 6 months with the war. And, I mean, why don't you just atone for your sins by training for 6 months and then helping us in the war, because we need you. So it does make sense, even though it does kind of suck, and it does kind of piss me off that William's a hero, because this is like a huge portion of his own fault. And one thing that also kind of bugged me is that Charlotte and Kaiser, they wouldn't be reprimanded as well because they turned into elves after they saw William trying to say that he should be relieved of his duties. And this kind of bugged me because it's not even close to the same thing. William wasn't under control by somebody else. He just simply wasn't. This was his own volition. Whereas Charlotte and Kaiser were possessed by elves. They couldn't do anything about it. They simply were just shit out of luck. So it's not a fair comparison, and they should not be reprimanded. And then even Julius makes a good point. Well, if we're going to reprimand you, one, we're losing 2 captains that are valuable to our kingdom. We're going to have to go through, well, actually it'd be 3 captains because of Dorothy as well. But we're going to have to go through and take out every other magic knight that also turned into an elf. We'd lose a lot. So Julius with the good points over and over again in this episode. And this leads into one of the things I actually thought was pretty interesting for Julius to do again is Gueldre Poisat, the traitor Purple Orca's captain, is going to be pardoned so they can help the kingdom. Specifically, help them make money. This is what Julius rams the point in again and again. There's been so much damage to the kingdom that, their kingdom, they have money, but they don't have infinite money. Gueldre is really good with money, really good with business deals. He, I guess, is going to be like Donald Trump, but he is going to help the country make money, which is a good idea, but also maybe keep a watch out for what his deals are actually going to be, because they might be a little illegal or suspicious or be with the wrong types of people. But I'm sure they're going to do their due diligence. They're not going to let Gueldre go off and do whatever the hell he wants. But this will be interesting because now I know that Gueldre could be seen in the actual manga once it gets to a point where it's more in the Clover Kingdom if they're attacked. and see what Gueldre does. I mean, his magic's extremely useful. He goes invisible when he can't be sensed, unless if you have Ki. So, and then all magic attacks pass through him. So he would be useful no matter what, because his magic is really hacks-based like that. So, honestly, that's pretty cool to see. He does seem to maybe have turned things around. He does seem to be somewhat sincere with his apologies when he was saying that he needs to be cool. But I also love to see Jack and Yami making fun of him, still calling him Hammy, and saying that they're gonna slice the shit out of him like ham if he fucks up again. So that was funny to see. And this is the thing I'm really excited for, is that all the squads and the captains are gonna be training for this 6 months, and they're gonna be including mock battles between the squads. And that is something that I just really am excited to see. It looks like some of that was in the opening. When you see like Yuno and Leopold fighting in the city, that might be a mock battle between the squads. Maybe it's kind of like the Royal Knights, where you randomly get your own squad between a pool of a bunch of different Magic Knight squads. And this makes me think, what matchups do you guys want to see between squads? I mean, we already know that a bunch of people are going to be over in the Heart Kingdom, so they're probably not going to be a part of these mock battles. Like, Asta, Noelle, Finral, Mimosa, they're all going to be back in the Heart Kingdom. And there's, other people that are going to be Heart Kingdom too, like Rill. And, like, are we going to see captains fight each other? That is something I really want to see. We probably should see some Yami training based off of what, he just did against Dante. But that is something I'm really looking forward to see. I want to see Fagolion versus Nozel, Yami versus Fagolion or Nozel. Pretty much any captain fighting pretty much anyone, to be honest. I think all the captains could be pretty good matchups and battles, except for Rill. He seems to be one of the weakest captains. We don't know how strong Kaiser is as a non-elf either, but I think either way, all the fights could be cool. And the mock battles, those are going to be dope. I think Yuno's probably going to be the MVP of a lot of those. Maybe we'll see some other characters do some cool stuff too. And another thing in this chapter, and this was a pretty funny point, is that all captains had their salaries halved. Julius did this because, again, to save money for the kingdom, which, I mean, there's only 9 of them. Unless their salaries are huge, it's really not going to be that much of a huge addition to the actual budget of the kingdom. But anyways, it's really funny because all the captains are fine with it except Jack and Yami. And that makes sense because they're the only ones from poor birth. Jack's a commoner, Yami's a foreigner, all the other captains are nobles and royals, so they come from money. They have money before they became captains, so they are completely fine with that. It was really funny to see them getting really pissed off at Julius. And so that's kind of what was the main points taken from the chapter. I mean, at the beginning with the captains recognized by the populace, and the king, Augustus, was taking a lot of credit, even though he didn't do shit. So that was kind of the beginning. The king is still annoying as hell and useless. In fact, his light magic was completely negged by a passive, accidental attack from Jack and Yami because they were sparring with each other. So that was pretty funny to see, to show again that Augustus really, even though he has a lot of mana, he is pretty useless. And the next episode I'm really excited to see because it's Asta returning to Hajj again. I really loved it in the Elf arc when they went to Hajj and saved Hajj, so I'm excited to see them go back to Hajj and see interactions between the two, see what they think of Asta and mainly what they think of Asta, because I mean they all expected was going to be great, even when he got his, especially when he got his 4-leaf Clover Grimoire. But I want to see what they think of Asta. And then it does seem like Noelle is going to be with Asta and in Hajj, so this could be the potential first meeting of Noelle and Sister Lily. Noelle will see her love rival. That would be pretty funny, and could brew some conflicts between them. And I want to see how Asta's going to react to Lily. Is he going to be a bit more mature? Or is he going to act like he did in the beginning of the series when he just fawns over her and he can't control himself from doing that? I'd love to see a bit more mature Asta, while still maybe being flirtatious, not being just completely head over heels for Sister Lily. And maybe have Sister Lily give Asta some recognition. Not some recognition that she loves him, just recognition that, he's doing great. He's doing just fine. And to see how Noelle also reacts to the rest of the orphans as well. I'm really excited to see Nash and how he reacts to Asta and interacts with them. Maybe Nash has been training. I'd love to see that. And yeah, just maybe see how the village overall, because I remember I did actually just read the first chapter again the other day, and the entire village used to make fun of Asta. They used to just completely shit on him, and then Asta was a huge part in helping all of the civilians against that elf. So, now he's a successful Magic Knight. but there also could be some negative conflicts. Maybe the rest of the village who used to make fun of him now don't like him because of the newspapers where Asta is possessed by a devil, so maybe they won't like him. This could be really interesting all around in the next episode coming up. So that's why I'm really looking forward to the next episode, the return to Hajj. And then I'm just really excited to get into the training. I want to see who Asta trains with, how he does. It seems like there's some of his training in the OP, because, you know, it has him like fighting a bunch of water clones, and then it has him using the Black Divider, like the Sky Splitter one that he used against that Spade Captain. So hopefully we get to see some of that soon. I really am excited for seeing the training. I'm excited for seeing the mock battles. Hopefully there's also some missions and maybe some just filler villains between the 6 months. That would be something I want to see, is some filler villains. It'd be cool if this wasn't just training. Like maybe they train a bit, then they put that training into practice and take on a filler villain. Filler villain doesn't have to be that strong or that crazy. It just would be a cool little filler thing to see. But that was pretty it for my episode review. I think it was a really good episode, and it makes me excited for the future of this arc. I think this could be a really good anime arc, and it is canon because Tabata is overseeing it, so we can't, say, oh, this is just filler. Well, no, Tabata's overseeing it, so a lot of this stuff should be canon to the manga, as long as it doesn't contradict it. So, yes, good episode. I suggest you guys start watching the anime if you're not. If you're a manga only, if you only read the manga, I'd suggest at least watching this arc in the anime, because it's going to bring in that gap of the 6 months of what happened. So, that being said, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you thought about the episode and this review down below. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...